Number 11, Scott McCracken, and his parents Bill and Sherry McCracken. Number 9, Tom Moore, and his parents Dave and Marianne Moore. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, the Massena Hockey Program would like to make a dedication to 2 dedicated fans of Massena Hockey. For their outstanding loyalty and participation in coming to watch Massena Hockey programs, we are honored to present a bouquet to Joe and Mrs. Helen Carroll. From the Massena Hockey Program, we thank you for your years of dedication and support. Ladies and gentlemen, Mrs. Helen Carroll. We'd like to wish the seniors the best of luck in their future endeavors, and we offer up many thanks to the parents for their support. Ladies and gentlemen, the class of 1991 of the Massena Hockey Program, Massena Cheerleaders.
But ladies and gentlemen, before we start the game, a moment of silence for our troops in the Persian Gulf, and then the national anthem. Well, we're about ready to go as we hear the national anthem. We might mention neither team coming in off a win. Both teams have lost their last game. Massena to Salmon River 4-2 on Wednesday, and Seton Catholic lost to Glens Falls last night.
An oddity, the Raiders, in fact, have lost 2 of their last 3, and that is unusual for them. They've only lost 5 all year. The Knights, with an forecheck, and really get on this Seton defense. I think if there's a weakness there, get on that club and on their young defense. And for Seton on the other side of the coin, they've got to get the strong goaltending from Zeke Langto, has what he displayed during the tournament.
Well, that's right, and I don't think there's any doubt Massena wants to score that first goal tonight. Oh, boy.
They gave the impetus to the Knights.
First goal tonight. Oh, boy.
They gave the impetus to the Knights the last time in the tournament game when at just about the 2.5-minute mark, a turnover in their own end, and Seton capitalized on it. John Wood, who was the MVP in the Massena tournament, is one of the keys offensively for this Seton club.
Massena will send out the Jake Morris line. Eddie Davis will replace Jeff Bigelow at that right wing. Tommy Moore on the left side. It'll be Wood out there with Chad Cassidy and Scott Campbell. And we're underway as it comes to the Seton line. And Jeff Wood with it, flipping it ahead. And they break it in the zone. Here comes Cassidy trying to flip it through. It's knocked right in front of the net, but Levac flips it behind. Wood picks it up, looks to center, goes right in the slot, and Hayes is going to cover it up. Todd Hayes playing in the Massena net. And it's going to be Zeke Langto, as we mentioned, in the Seton net. A little pushing and shoving as Wood was right in on top of Hayes, but Todd Cooley covered it up and forced the faceoff.
Knights taking it right to Massena the first few seconds. Both Raider defensemen in behind the net that time. You don't want to see that.
Off the faceoff, puck to the blue line, kept in at the point by the Knights. Comes in behind to Cassidy, looks to center right in front, but it's deflected wide. Big play made by Levac there, and Davis flips it ahead for Tommy Moore. Here comes Moore, busting in on the left wing side, trying to feed Jake Morris. Wood takes it away. He and Morris jam. Morris gives him a little shot, and he gets it in return, and the puck comes free back to the blue line. As the Knights control, Campbell flips it high in the air, comes to Levac at the Massena line. Levac flips it ahead. They jam for it, and finally it's in the zone. Here's Wood again. Wood bodied off the play. He gets railed. The puck comes back to the point. Around the boards it comes as Seton makes a change there, trying to get somebody free, but it comes in front, and it's Cassidy just flipping it into the corner, and Levac goes after it there. Brian Headman to Tommy Moore. Moore just slides to the Seton line, dumped right back in the Massena zone. Both teams are going to make some changes here as Aaron Barkley out to play D now for Massena with Levac starts it out. Here's Barkley's headman pass knocked down by Todd Kupal. Kupal flips in the Massena zone. Levac is there to poke it ahead to Hewlett. Hewlett races in after it. In the Seton zone, Gibo, though, picks it up right in front of his net. His headman pass knocked down by Jackson. Quick wrist shot, and it goes wide. He gets railed, and the puck comes into the corner. Knocked around the boards, comes to Manning at the point. Manning trying to center it. Goes by everybody into the corner left side, Seton zone. Back to pick it up is John Ducat. Ducat starts out for the Knights. Here's Ducat controlling it on the backhand, flips into the Massena zone, comes in behind the net. Racing for it there is Manning, or I should say Collins. He throws a check, and Manning picks up the puck. Pete Hewlett goes by him out to center ice and by everybody back into the Seton zone. Back after it there is Jeff Wood. Wood in behind his own net, starts out right side. His headman goes back to the point, but not out. Here's a shot by Manning, and the save by Lankto. First shot of the game. Puck comes in the corner now. After it is Hewlett. Hewlett steps by the check, but he can't control the puck. It's bounced back to the blue line and out to center ice. Paul Pendleton, and he flips it in the Massena zone. They want a line change. In behind the net, Todd Manning. Starts it out right side of Hayes. His headman knocked down, but he follows it. Here comes Manning across the red line, across the blue line, looking. He's got nobody as Massena decided to change their line at that juncture, and the puck comes free in behind for Seton. Whitcomb trying to follow the check, and back out to center ice it comes. Here comes Jesse Holland. Holland across the blue line now, going in on Levac. He centers it, comes right in front of the net. The puck is free. The goalie's out of the play. The puck sits there, and they jam at it, and it comes into the corner. Good chance for Seton. Now Fauché gets tied up. And the puck bouncing along in the corner. They jam for it left side of Hayes. The puck looks like it's going to get tied up, and it is. And there's going to be a penalty as well, I believe. A cross-checking, and I think it's going to go against Massena.
It's either hitting from behind or a cross-checking. It is. Looks like Bobby Whitcomb's going to get the gate. I didn't see it, but an excellent job by Aaron Barkley down there just prior to that, tying up that Seton player. Number 6, Colette Dumas, was all alone in front. The puck was laying there, and Aaron Barkley tied him up. Excellent job.
No score on the Bob Post State Farm Insurance scoreboard with 12:06 left in the first, but a power play opportunity for Seton Catholic. Off the face-off, here's the shot. Hayes makes the save and holds on. And
you can't let that guy slide on the draw, Jerry. You just can't do him. The opposing center's got to tie him up.
That was John Wood going right by Jake Morris. He wins the draw again. Wood does. Back to the point. Here's the drive, the save, the rebound, the shot. Oh, another big save. The puck bounced back to the blue line. Hayes with a couple of big ones. They move it around the horn. Back to the point it comes. They try to slide it through. Goes to Cassidy in behind. Here's Wood with it. Wood moves it right in front, but it's knocked into the corner. Jake Morris goes after it. Has it taken away. Tries to get it back. Goes back to the point. Here's a drive. Another big save by Hayes. Jake Morris in the corner. Rides it by the D and starts it out to Levac. Levac loses it. It comes to Morris in the corner. He's being bothered by Cassidy. Cassidy takes it away. Here's Cassidy. Face-off circle. Goes on the other side to Mickey Gibo. Gibo in behind the net. Aaron Barkley trying to ride him out of the play. Gibo goes back to the blue line, and Jeff Wood. Here's Wood now. Over to Gibo. Gibo back to the other point. Campbell over to Cassidy. His shot is blocked. The rebound, gloved by Hayes. Oh, boy, Todd Hayes keeping Massena in the game right now.
Oh, 3 outstanding saves, and one in particular. I think all the Seton fans, and including myself, had chalked that one up of a marker for the Knights, and somehow I'm not sure who it was, if it was Wood or not, standing off the crease. He had the whole net, and he just got the shot off in a hurry. And somehow Todd Hayes stuck the left hand out and just robbed him. That was just highway robbery.
Okay, we've got a face-off now, as Matt Juneau will take it against Fauché. Fauché and McCracken. McCracken doesn't get it out. Kept in at the point by Ducat. His shot deflected right on the save made by Hayes. It goes into the corner. In behind the net. Manning jams. It's gloved by Hayes, and Hayes reached the glove over behind the net to take it away from Todd Kupal and hold on for the face-off. We're down to 19 seconds left in the power play. Still 0-0.
Great pressure by the Knights on this power play. The Raiders cannot seem to get the puck out of their end.
It, I don't believe, has been out of the end yet. Off the face-off, back to the point. They move it around the horn. Manning gets a stick on it, takes it, rides it back to the blue line. Fauché trying to get it out of there. He can. It's kept in nicely there at the point by Gibo. Gibo flips it in the corner, goes in behind the net. Big Manning with it. 2 seconds. Manning tries to move it to the blue line. It comes out, and Massena gets out of the box. Whitcup, and it's out to center ice. So somehow Massena withstood the pressure and managed to keep that puck out of the net. And that's a good break for the Raiders. And let's see what they can do with it. Here comes Seton in the zone. Gibo just poke checks it past Manning. It comes to Fauché in behind the net. Rides it for Collins. Collins flipping to Whitcup. Whitcup gets railed. The puck comes free, bouncing in the circle. Collins trying to stick handle. Everybody over skates. There's going to be a whistle, and I think there's going to be a charge on Seton. And I don't think there's too much doubt about that call.
No, he took a run from three-quarters the width of the ice and really railed the Massena player, and I'm trying to pick up the number. It's...
I believe that's going to be Duquette.
Yeah, number
your favorite defenseman, Dave. Remember him?
John and his blind passes. I'm sure he drove Coach Mike Dandrew crazy in the tournament last week with some of those passes. But John is going to serve a minute and a half. I think the Raiders have got to get some leadership from this UPS line today, Jerry. 2 of the 3 are veterans, and they've got to show some leadership today because with the injuries and the sickness.
Off the faceoff, puck goes back in the Seton zone. Morris throws the check, and the puck comes free to McCracken. McCracken by the blue line, flips it in the corner. In behind the net, picked up by Gibo. He rides it, doesn't get it out. McCracken takes it back to the point to Jackson. Jason with it, goes to Barkley. Barkley in the corner to Morris. Back to Barkley. Barkley from the middle. His shot right on the rebound. They jam at it. Comes free, and it's right underneath the goaltender, Langto. McCracken had a golden opportunity with Langto down, but he slid it right underneath him.
That's right. It came from the point. Aaron Barkley, about a waist-high shot, and Chris Cameron picked it out of the air. A great job. And Langto made the save. The rebound came to McCracken, and all he had to do was lift it, and he slid it along the ice.
Off the faceoff, back to the point. Jackson fakes the shot, goes to Cameron at the 45, back to Jackson at the point. Jason, Barkley, bounce pass into Morris. Morris takes it back by the blue line, flips to Barkley right in the middle. Aaron goes to Jackson. Here's Jason in the corner, back to Barkley at the point. Barkley trying to slide, he has it knocked away. Here comes the chance for Chad Cassidy. He's got a breakaway. Cassidy front, big save, the rebound, and it's wide. Oh my God, what another big save by Hayes on the shorthanded attempt. Now McCracken dumps it. And there's going to be an icing call on Massena. Oh, boy. Todd Hayes came up huge again.
You talk about big saves. Something to give a club a lift. Number 1 down there, Todd Hayes, just made a great save. Chad Cassidy stole the puck from Aaron Barkley at the Raider blue line and went 135 feet or whatever down the ice. And Todd Hayes just stoned him. A great save.
And Barkley just was indecisive, didn't know what to do with it, and it cost him. Here's a quick shot off the face-off. The rebound knocked into the corner. Oh, my goodness. Seton's come to play here this afternoon. Puck out at center ice now, dumped by Seton back in the zone. Hayes stops it behind the net, and it's poked free, but it comes to Levac. We're down to 10 seconds in the power play as Levac feeds it ahead for McCracken. Knocked down by Fauché. McCracken can't find the handle, but Whitcup comes back and picks it up. Feeds it to Levac. Levac to Whitcup, goes behind it, but Joey takes it in the zone. Here's Fauché. Fauché right in front of the shot. Oh, big save by Langto and a nice move by Joey Fauché. Here's Fauché into the circle. The give and go as Fauché gets railed, and the puck comes back the other way for Seton. Across the blue line, here comes Juno. Juno trying to slide it free. It comes back to the blue line and out to center ice as Chad Sample couldn't keep it in. Now the puck along the boards. Seton controlling it at their own blue line, flipping ahead. Manning intercepts. Goes to Levac. Levac the bounce pass. Ahead Whitcup. Whitcup trying to knock it free. It comes out to center ice. And back the other way comes Pendleton. His shot from just inside the blue line bounces free. Into the corner is Juno after it. He feeds to Pendleton. Pendleton circles. Goes back to the point, but it comes out to center ice as Jeff Wood couldn't keep it in. Here's Wood with it. Feeds to the Massena line. Goes off a stick. Manning after it there. Here's Manning just backhanding it around the boards. Eddie Davis. Davis drops it. Levac. Levac can't get it out. Here's a shot. Knocked free, and it comes to Tommy Moore. Moore looking. He's got Morris breaking. A 2-on-1 from Massena. Morris and Davis. Feeds to Davis right in front. Eddie Davis shot. It's on the goal line. What a save by Langto. Davis was already celebrating, and Langto robbed him.
Eddie Davis had the arms in the air, and I was sure that was in. Zeke Langto sliding to his right. Davis on a 2-on-1 with Jake Morris. Jake Morris drew the defenseman, slid it over to Eddie Davis. Eddie went in and got Langto down, faked him out, gave him the backhand, put him to his right, had the whole net, and somehow Langto reached back across with the left arm and made the save. Outstanding. Wow.
We've seen some good goaltending here this afternoon, no doubt about it.
Boy, what that does to a club, it really fires them up when that goaltender makes a save like that.
Off the faceoff. Puck sits in the circle. They jam at it. Bounces free, goes to the side of the net. And we got a hand pass called against Seton. Or against, I guess it was against Massena.
Again, on that last shift, Eddie Davis made a great move to get the goaltender down. He put a great move on him.
Going to call a delay of game? Okay. It was a hand pass for sure, but now they're going to call a delay of game, and that'll give Massena the power play. That's going to go against Mickey Gibo, and I guess he must have closed the old hand right around the puck and threw it. You can't do that.
No, you can't. The officials are a little closer than you or I, Jerry. I didn't see him, but Tommy Caruso made the call, and
I saw the hand pass. Now, they still got too many men out there, though, don't they?
Yes, they have. You're 6 minus 1 leaves you 5, and I still count 6.
All right, there we go. Now we're straightening around. So Massena with a break here back on the power play. They had a good, 2 real good opportunities on their first power play.
Yes, they had, and Langto was picking up where he left off last week in the tournament.
7:20 left, still 0-0 on the post scoreboard. It comes to Morris. Of course, we might mention that Seton had a good opportunity, too, on the power play, Massena's power play. The puck comes into the circle. They jam at it. Right in front is Chris Cameron's shot. Score! Chris Cameron beat Langto right between the legs, and Massena gets that all-important first goal. It's 1-0.
Well, he beat Langto between the legs, but who he beat was the Seton defenseman on the board, Jerry. When he wouldn't be denied, he just pounded the Seton defenseman and took the puck away from him. There was no way in the world that he should have come up with that puck, but just perseverance by Chris Cameron allowed him to muscle the Seton defenseman on the boards, came out from the top of the circle, came right in on Zeke Langto, looked him right in the eye and slid it in, I think, on the short side.
So Massena gets a power play goal to go ahead 1-0 on the Bob Post State Farm Insurance scoreboard. Big goal from Massena right there. Back the other way comes Seton's Jeff Wood. He just flips it in the Massena end. Let's see if that goal will electrify the Raiders. Puck around the boards and out to center ice. Back after it is John Wood. Jackson gets an assist, and also Jake Morris. As Seton dumps the puck back into the Massena zone, Aaron Barkley running into some traffic, stays with it, flips it ahead for Hewlett. Hewlett goes right back to Barkley, goes in behind the net, racing in after it. Here's the puck right across the goal mouth, and Chad Cassidy trying to chase it down. Back to Wood at the point, he can't keep it in, dump back out again. We got a delay off sides. Seton clears, and Barkley moves to Cameron. Cameron's bounce pass. Ahead, Hewlett overskates just barely, but Cassidy picks it up there. Here's Cassidy with it, in behind his net, dumping it around the boards. Cameron steps in front of that pass, tries to stick handle through. Here's Cameron, side of the net, right in front, shot, score! I think Hewlett will get the goal, but Chris Cameron did all the work.
That's the same type of effort he gave on the last one. You're right, Mike Hewlett's going to get the goal, but Chris Cameron coming out along the boards, just overwhelming, not one but 2 Seton defensemen, wouldn't be denied, came out in front, and it was created a 2-on-0. He got Zeke Langto down and just slid it right across the crease, and Mike Hewlett was parked there, and he just poked it in the empty net. Chris Cameron, yeoman work, wow.
All right, there we go. I thought I lost my mic for a moment as the puck comes back in the Massena zone. And Hewlett gets the goal from Cameron, but as we mentioned, Chris Cameron doing yeoman work. Here's Bobby Whitcup ahead to McCracken. Scotty breaks down now, just slides it in the zone as he is ridden out of the play. Back in the Seton Catholic zone as they try to move it around the horn. Massena leading 2-0. Comes to Manning at the point. His shot across the goal mouth. Races over to the left side as Fauché takes a whack at it in the corner. In behind the net is picked up by Mickey Gibo. Gibo riding along the boards, and Seton clears it out to center ice. It goes on the wing, and it's dumped in by Juneau. Puck in behind the net. After it is Collins. Oh, he just escaped the check. He rides it around the boards, kicks it to the blue line, but didn't get it out as it's dumped right to the side of the net. Hayes stops it there. We have a whistle, and we're going to have an elbow against, I believe, Joey Fauché.
I'll tell you, the officials missed one prior to that. Number 22, Matt Juneau, speared the Raider player. I'm not sure if it was... I'm sure Bobby Whitcup, I think he speared right down here to our left, just inside the blue line, and the official did not see it. But that's very dangerous. Those 2 goals At the 7:54 mark and the 8:53, Chris Cameron his 15th. That was a power play from Jason Jackson and Jake Morris. And Mike Hewlett, his 6th from Chris Cameron. The Raiders up 2-0.
Off the face-off. Seton on the power play. They move it around the horn. It goes to Cassidy. Cassidy way over on the other point. Campbell. He's going to shoot it through traffic. It got knocked down in front. They jam it. Oh, nice play by Cameron. Oh, he just stole the puck off the Seton stick and flipped it down the ice and right on. Langto had to make the save. Chris Cameron, he's having a game so far. Here comes Seton moving it out again. Here comes Wood. Wood circling at the red line. Now he takes it in the Massena zone. Massena now they go back to the point. Campbell gets a pass over to Cassidy. Cassidy at the top of the circle to Campbell, back out front. He's going to wind up his shot. Just wide the rebound, comes free in front. And where is it? Side of the net. It's poke-checked into the corner by Aaron Barkley. I don't think that got all the way through, though. Back to the point, and it can't keep it in. Campbell lost it. And Jake Morris is right on him, but he flips it over on the other side. Ahead to Cassidy. Intercepted Barkley. Barkley trying to get it out of there. He finally does. And it slides all the way back into Seton Catholic territory with about 20 seconds left in the power play. 2-0 Massena, 4 minutes left in the period. And now we've got McCracken out there with Jackson. Across, here's Campbell's shot. He fires it wide, whistles all the way back to Wood at the point. John Wood with it, takes it right across the blue line. Here's Wood. He centers right in front. They deflect it. It's knocked into the corner by goaltender Hayes. Now Levac gets a piece of it. Whacks at it. Can't control it. In the circle, McCracken throws it over to the side. Cassidy has it poke-checked away nicely by Collins. Penalty is up. Massena back. Hard check thrown as Massena moves it down the ice. And McCracken didn't see it as Faucher's out of the box. And Massena back to full strength. And not quite as good a power play that time for Seton, David.
Well, it was a little better penalty killing by the Raiders.
Here comes Manning's backhand pass to Whitcup. Whitcup looking. Has it knocked away. Comes into the zone again. In the corner, Manning with it. The crowd yelling for something, and I'm not sure what, but the whistle blows.
I don't know if there are too many men on the ice, but I know they, just a second ago, they missed a slash on number 13, Scott Campbell. He got railed by Jason Jackson. A nice clean check, and as Jason turned to go up the ice, Campbell gave him the lumber, and neither official saw it, but I think everybody in this arena saw it.
I think perhaps it's going to be the too many men on the ice call, though. The crowd was just going crazy, and that's something that's very easy to miss.
Yes, it is. Yeah,
and I never see it. I have to be honest with you. I never see it, and they're going to get penalized for it. The crowd maybe helped a little bit with that call.
Yeah, it's tough. It is a tough call. You and I up here, we miss it, and we've got a great vantage spot. If you're down on that ice surface and you've got 10 bodies skating around at one time, and you don't have the perception that we do from up here, it's a tough to see.
So Massena back on the power play again, and they have the lead, 2-0. As the puck in the Massena zone, Barkley with it. Oh, Barkley a little problem, but he stays with it. Takes it out to center ice. Headman to Jake Morris. Morris into the zone on the right side. Morris now trying to step by the defenseman. Takes it right in front. Slides it across the crease. It's knocked down. Back out to center ice. Here comes Pendleton. Pendleton's headman is knocked down by McCracken. It's going to come right in on Hayes. He leaves it for Barkley. Barkley to Jackson. Jackson trying to go back to Barkley. Has it knocked away as Seton controls it in the circle as they just look to waste some time getting it back out to center ice. Good job by Matt Juneau that time. Super job by Juneau. Barkley, oh boy. And the Seton player went right in on Hayes and knocked him down. And let's see who that is. I don't think there's going to be any penalties, though. Hayes is not real pleased with the whole affair, but you got to... it was Pendleton, but he was just going after the puck. I don't think that was an intentional thing at all.
No, I don't either, Jerry. Paul Pendleton and Todd Hayes was out behind the net clearing the puck, and as he started back into his crease area skating backwards, he and Paul Pendleton collided, and I really don't think it was intentional.
Juneau will face off against Morris. Morris wins the draw back to Jackson. 2:22 left, about 43 seconds in the power play. Morris with it. Morris goes way across ice to Jackson. Jason starts it. Headman to McCracken. McCracken. Cameron. Here comes Chris to Jake Morris. Oh, right in the slot all by himself. Shot, save, rebound, in the net. And I think McCracken will get they wave it off.
No goal. Possibly a man in the crease. Mel Tumulty is pointing. I'll tell you, that shot just about decapitated Zeke Langto. That just overwhelmed him. It was a three-way passing play from Chris Cameron to Scotty McCracken and Jake Morris. And Jake ended up from about 35 feet out, and he really whistled a slap shot. He had hit Zeke Langto high up on the left shoulder and just put him flat on his back.
No goal, so the face-off right side, off the draw. Morris trying to get it back to the point. It goes into the corner instead. Cameron goes after it, but it's taken away by Chad Sample. Sample flips it around the boards. 20 seconds in the power play. Morris back to Barkley at the point. Barkley, bounce pass. Man in the crease, I believe, in Chris Cameron. Yep. And that'll move the face-off outside.
Again, you do that as much as possible. Chris Cameron's doing what he's been instructed to do. You obscure it, especially on a power play, block that goalie's view, and you keep inching in closer to that crease area until you're called on it.
Off the face-off, Morris draws it back. Goes to Jackson, steps by the check, takes it across, takes it by another man. Here comes Jackson, feeding it right in front. Oh, Cameron going after it was poked away. Comes to Jake Morris. Morris has it taken away from him. And we have a whistle off, a hooking call on Seton.
Scott Campbell is going to get the gate he's going to hook or trip, whatever you want to call it. He took Jake Morris down and separated Jake from the puck and would have created a 2-on-1, but the only one problem with that, Scott didn't do it legally.
That was a borderline call, I think, but the call has been made. Massena will have a two-man advantage, but just for 2 seconds. And then the man advantage for most of the rest of this period. So lots of penalties in this first period. A very emotional hockey game, I think, Dave.
Yes, I agree with you, Jerry.
Off the face-off, the puck comes back in the Massena zone. Todd Collins gets it from Levac and starts it back. Massena on the power play. Here comes Collins. He's going to lug it into the zone. Takes it into the corner by the defenseman. They give him behind the net. He flips it over to Tommy Moore. Here's Moore riding it around the puck boards, and it goes into the corner. Picked up there, Eddie Davis. Davis looks to go back to the point, kept in nicely. The back is shot right on the save. They jam, score! Tommy Moore! His Langto made the initial save, and Moore was right on the spot to poke it by him, and the Raiders go up 3-0.
And a great job by Eddie Davis to keep the puck in the zone. Little things department, Jerry. Eddie Davis was able to keep the puck in the zone with a great effort and got the puck back to the left point where Aaron Barkley, I believe, fired the shot. And the Raider parked right off the crease. Zeke Langto made the save, but he couldn't control the rebound. And Brian Levac will pick up the assist from Tommy Moore's goal. But Eddie Davis should get some kind of an assist on that.
Boucher out there now with Whitcup and McCracken. So Tommy Moore gets a big goal here. They're all big this time of year, David. Brian Levac getting the assist. They did give Ed Davis an assist, and he certainly deserved one. Okay, the puck bouncing around to the Massena blue line, and in the zone it comes. Here's a quick shot, knocked down, goes into the corner. That taken by Colette Dumas. Puck comes free and behind. That's Jesse Holland. He's a big package, but he can't control it. It goes in the corner. McCracken after it. He throws the check. Levac picks up the loose puck and starts it out. Here's Levac riding it around the boards for Whitcup. Bobby with a problem, but he comes up with it. Here's Whitcup now. Looks. Headman. Goes to McCracken right at the blue line. Takes it in. Looks for Fauché breaking. He's going to shoot, and it's wide. Puck around the boards and back out to center ice. Oh, Whitcup threw a check there. And now the puck kicks free to Collins. Collins just headmans it to McCracken. McCracken feeding Fauché with 20 seconds left in the period. Centering right in front. Oh, nice play there to break it up by Mickey Gibo. 17-16. We have a whistle. And we got an injured player.
Yeah, I'm not sure if that's Colette Dumas down there or not. He tried to take Joey Fauché into the boards down to the left of Zeke Langto, and he kind of lost his edge and went tumbling into the boards and took a rough ride. I think it is number 6, Colette Dumas.
He wasn't too pleased with himself from the looks of the way he went off the ice.
I know.
He was limping.
You mentioned Jesse Holland out there, big number 16, and he is a package. He plays on that third unit, but when you run into him or he runs into you, you feel it down to your toes.
Barkley from the point. Oh, he didn't miss by much. Manning keeps it in the slot, the backhander just wide, taken by Hewlett. Now Cameron looks to pass it back to the blue line. It's intercepted, and the puck comes free with 2 seconds, 1 second. That'll take care of the period. But what started out as a poor period for the Massena Red Raiders turned into a very good period as the Raiders lead it 3-0. Seton Catholic with all the pressure initially, some outstanding goaltending by Todd Hayes kept Massena in. They started to take advantage of the situation, scored a couple of power play goals, and lead it on a score of 3-0 on the Bob Post State Farm Insurance scoreboard. And you got to start at Todd Hayes.
Exactly right, Jerry. You hit the nail right on the head. The Raiders were flat for whatever reason, sat back on their heels. The Knights came right out and took the from the opening whistle. In fact, the first 10 seconds, they almost scored a goal. Right in on the Raiders, all kinds of pressure. Todd Hayes making big save after big save. The Knights went on, had a couple of power plays. Bobby Whitcup took a penalty at the 2:54 mark, and Seton put on extreme pressure, and Todd Hayes was equal to the task. And then Chris Cameron just took over from there, and the Raiders, led by Chris Cameron, exposed the big weakness that the Seton Catholic Knights have in their own end. And they are. Maybe John decided to take a short trip down to Costa Rica.
Okay, off the face-off, Woods line against the Morris line, and again, Jeff Bigelow, the captain, is out with a bad knee. Hopefully, he'll be back on Wednesday. Puck knocked down in front, and they control it. Cassidy looks to center, but Jake Morris intercepts. Kind of a sloppy pass by the Massena D. Now Tommy Moore gets racked up. The puck comes free, though. It comes to Eddie Davis. Davis looks to hit Morris. Morris breaks by the D, but offsides will be the call, as one of the Seton players got a stick on it on the way through. Otherwise, Jake would have been all by himself.
Careless pass in the Massena end by the Massena defenseman. A big number 4. He usually doesn't make those, Brian Levac, but when you're down in your end, you just can't make a weak pass like that. The Seton defenseman read it and stepped right up and almost caused disaster for the Raiders.
Massena wins that draw. Levac, his headman, goes by everybody, but they wave the icing off. Somebody must have touched it, and it comes back in the Seton zone. Mickey Gibo rides it around the boards to Wood. Wood gets railed. Puck kept in by Davis. He flips it back in the corner. Comes around on the other side to Tommy Moore, but stepping in front is John Ducat. He loses to Moore. Now Davis takes a whack at it, but it comes behind. Ducat is there. Davis comes in on him. Ducat stays with it, circles back the other side. Davis still forechecking. He throws a blind pass, kept in at the point. Momentarily, yes it is, Tommy Moore. Now Jake Morris. Morris steps by the defense. As Moore got mugged that time, the puck comes into the corner. Wood after it, flips it along the boards, and finally Cassidy will start it out to center ice, but just barely as Davis steps in front, flips it right back in the zone. Side of the net now. Gibo in behind, loses to Cameron. Chris circles, centering pass right in front. Jackson scores!
Jackson scores, but again, Chris Cameron, what outstanding work, Jerry. He went in and just beat both Seton defensemen to that puck, muscled them off, threw it out in front to Jason Jackson, and he rattled it behind Zeke Langto. I'll tell you, Chris Cameron is playing possessed, if I may use that word. He's just unstoppable. He's just shredding these Seton defenders like they were flies. Whoa, what a move by Chris Cameron.
My goodness, Cameron's got 2 assists and a goal, and he is having a career game here this afternoon, no doubt about it. Or at least a season game. Here's Cameron again, has it knocked away, and Seton comes back across. Centering past Pendleton, fires it wide. Around the boards it goes to Manning. Manning leaves it for Jackson. Jackson gets rid of the boards by Juneau. The puck kicks free. Juneau turns it around, but we have a whistle, and there's going to be an elbowing call. And it's going to go against, I'm trying to pick him up. It's a Seton player, but I'm not sure who. It happened over on the other side as the puck was coming around the board.
Yeah, I think the Seton's trying to come unglued a little bit right now from the discipline standpoint, Jerry. No question it was an elbow on the far side, number
Pendleton.
4. Paul Pendleton got it up high, and the Raiders are up by 4, and they're going to go on a power play. That's pouring gasoline onto the fire if you're a Seton supporter.
Face-off will be just outside the Massena zone.
On that last Raider goal at the 117 mark, Jason Jackson from Chris Cameron.
In the zone now. Massena just clearing it out to center ice. And it's dumped right back. And Hayes gloves it. Leaves it for Jackson. Jackson steps by Cassidy. Here comes Jackson now. Looking to headman right on Morris's stick. Massena on a 3-on-2 if they can move it. Here's Morris. Gets right by the defense. Takes it in behind the net. He looks to set it up. Morris back to the point. Jackson back to Morris at the 45. Skates it. His shot. Oh, he didn't miss by much. Around the boards, Barkley steps into it. Has it poked away, but Jake is there to pick it up. Slides it right in front, and that goes just wide of the net. Puck around the boards, and it's dumped down the ice. Aaron Barkley goes in after it. And Hayes is going to stick it ahead instead of Morris because Barkley had picked up a forechecker. Morris to McCracken. McCracken feeds it. Jackson comes back, picks it up, dumps it in the zone. Around the boards it goes, in behind the net. And it's poked free there by Jeff Wood. Wood loses to Cameron. Here's Cameron right from Morris. Shot, save, Langto, and he holds on for the rebound.
That's just a replay of what he's done 3 or 4 times. He just took it right away from the Seton defenseman, Chris Cameron. The Knights, when they've expanded their box, when the Raiders gain the zone, Jerry, they expand the box and try to shut off the Massena defense. What Massena has to do is find that seam in the middle, and from that overload, that one of those guys on that overload side's got to jump out to the middle, and that'll make them tighten it up.
Fauché now out to take the face-off. Wins it, goes to Chilton. Chilton out there for the first time this afternoon. Chilton has it poked away, and it's out to center ice. Brian Levac with it at the blue line. Here's Levac, goes to Collins on the right side. Headman to Fauché. Fauché has it knocked away. Breaking in is Campbell. Campbell shot, score! A giveaway, and Seton comes back with a goal.
Oh, a great job by number 13, Scotty Campbell. He read that play perfectly, right at the neutral zone. The Raider defenseman tried to throw a pass up to Joey Fauché, and Joey wasn't expecting it. And Scott Campbell read the play, pounced on the puck immediately just outside the blue line, and he's got great speed. He outlegged both of Massena defenders to the goal, and he fired a high shot up in the top left-hand corner and beat Todd Hayes.
And that's an unassisted, short-handed goal for Campbell. So Massena sloppy on the power play, and it cost them this time. And they sloppy again. Here's Campbell again, but he fired it wide. Comes to the side of the net. He goes after it in the corner. Bounces back to the point, kept in there. Penalty is up, but the puck stolen by Whitcup momentarily. Taken back and flipped in the Massena zone. Levac with it, in behind the net. Massena leads 4-1. Levac steps by the check. Gets kind of held onto by the legs, but it's dumped down the ice. They wave off the icing, and the puck comes back inside. Here's Mickey Gibo with it. Gibo ridden out of the play. Chilton after it there. Hard check thrown. Gibo picks it up behind the net. Chilton takes him into the boards. Puck bounces free and back to the point, slides center ice. Levac just waits for his wings. Massena clears the zone. It's in behind the net again. Gibo with it for Seton Catholic. His pass intercepted. Chilton, he shovels it side of the net. And Langto's going to cover it up for the faceoff with 11:08 remaining in period number 2 on the Corky's Collision scoreboard. Massena leads 4-1.
I wonder if Scotty McCracken is suffering a recurrence of that shoulder problem because that last shift out there, Jason Chilton was patrolling that wing where Scotty normally is.
McCracken really hadn't been himself today, I don't think. I've been watching him, and he's just not playing with his usual amount of pizzazz.
I'm not sure if you'd call it a slightly separated shoulder or what, but he has.
Here's Manning from the point. His shot right on. Langto makes the save, and the rebound comes in behind the net. Chad Sample with it. Sample moving. Tommy Moore trying to step in front of it. Sample has to come back with it. Moore sticks it right in front. After it there, and Eddie Davis just couldn't get a stick on it out to center ice. Here's Collins feeding Manning. Manning has it poked away and slides into the Massena zone. And we're going to have a tripping call on Massena as Todd Kupal got railed, and they're going to call tripping on Manning. And Kupal kind of just fell across Manning, but that's what the call is.
Todd ranks up there in the penalty department for the Raiders. That's his 11th of the year. And I didn't see the call, so I can't comment. I know he picked up a couple down at Salmon the other night, but the Knights just scoring a goal and coming back on the power play. If they get one here off this power play, they can make things very interesting.
Fauché will take the draw. The Levac, and he just dumps it down the ice. So Joey wins an important draw on his defensive end there, and Levac dumped it down the ice. Back is Campbell. Scotty Campbell has the goal shorthanded. We've got McCracken back out there. I guess that's pretty good news for the Massena Red Raiders. As Seton dumps it in the zone. Levac just shovels it around the boards, right side in the corner. They jam at it. Comes to Cassidy. Cassidy riding it around the boards to Jeff Wood. Trying to center. McCracken gets a piece of it. Can't find it. Wood gets it back again. Takes it into the corner. Jeff Wood now goes back to the point. Here's Gibo. Gibo going back to Wood, poked away. He still gets a piece. Fired it wide. Puck goes to the back of the mesh. Cassidy, Levac jam. In behind. Levac comes up with it. Takes it to the side. Flips to McCracken. Great job by Levac that time. Super job. And McCracken just waits and slides it all the way down the ice with 40 seconds left in the power play. Mickey Gibo now starting back for Seton. Headman pass goes to Wood. John Wood, dangerous, but he's going to dump. Around the boards it goes. Levac goes after it in the corner. He and Cassidy. Cassidy gets there first. Levac looks to tie him up a little bit. McCracken's digging in there. McCracken looks to get the stick on it. Levac, they jam. The puck kicks free. Levac stays with it. He finally has it knocked away to Cassidy. Here's Cassidy. Cassidy gets knocked off the puck. It comes to the side of the net. Here's Cassidy again in the slot. Here's the shot. Campbell. And it comes to Fauché to Levac, and he dumps it down the ice. And that time, Campbell misfired on it is what he did.
He had one set up from about 25 feet, Jerry, all teed up, and he just fanned.
Manning gets off the ice as he's out of the penalty box. Cameron steals. Cameron gets by and has it knocked away into the corner, goes after it. Here's Chris Cameron in behind the net. Centering pass right in front. Fauché didn't see it, and it's knocked away into the corner. Back to the blue line, out to center ice. Manning loses to Campbell. Campbell takes it right in front. His shot. No, he passes. Here's the shot, goes wide in the corner. Lucky for Massena there as Hewlett comes back with it, loses it, goes back to the point, and goes to an open wing, still in the Massena zone. Cassidy dumps it. Cameron gets a piece of it. Ahead it goes to Hewlett. Here comes Hewlett. Hewlett gets just knocked out of the play, and Cassidy comes back after it. Still 4-1 Massena with 8.5 left to play here in the second period. Puck around the boards now, controlled by Seton, but Cameron's in there forechecking. They slide it out to center ice. John Wood with it, pokes it by Manning again. Here comes Wood in the slot. His shot knocked down. Oh, Collins makes the save that time, and Jason Jackson flips ahead for Cameron. Cameron poked away from him. We got a delay offsides, but Manning clears the zone, gets knocked down. The puck comes free, and it's poked back into the Massena zone. Manning could have gotten the penalty right there. Puck around the boards. Hewlett after it, and Collins. And it's tied up. They jam. Finally comes free to Hewlett. He just bounce passes it out to center ice. Back there is Pendleton. Loses to Hewlett. Hewlett drops for Collins. Collins headman to Jackson. Jackson turns it around. Here comes Jackson in the zone. He wants off. He just flips it as Massena getting that number 1 line back out there in Jake Morris's line. Back the other way. It's Levac flipping it ahead. Puck slides into the Massena zone. Coming after it is Barkley. Barkley passes to Moore. He loses it. It comes free. Jake Morris. Morris steers in the corner. Has it taken away. They bounce it right in front of the net, but Jake is there to pick it up. Here comes Morris. Building up the head of steam. Jake takes it across the blue line. Goes by the defense. Morris in the corner now looking back to the point. Aaron Barkley offsides, but there's a penalty before the play.
He's going to call Tommy Moore, I think, for interference in front of the Seton goal. He just railed the Seton defender. Tommy, an aggressive player, just a little too aggressive that time, and Mel Tumulty making the call. Just a second ago, Jerry, the Massena defenseman got beat. He made a cardinal sin of playing the puck, and I think it was John Wood went around him, created a 2-on-1, but number 20, Chris Cameron, a great job back-checking, and we keep calling that number up today because he's just playing a great game both ends of the ice.
Power play. Here's Cameron with it, takes it across, looks to rag the puck back out to center ice. He just turns it, dumps it back into the Seton zone. There's Gibo to pick it up, flipping for Campbell, and Campbell starts out. No, that's not Campbell. Yeah, it is Campbell. He flips it ahead for Cassidy. His shot knocked down by Levac. Comes to the side of the net. Bryant picks it up, has it poked away into the corner. After it there is Jeff Wood. Wood feeds it to Wood in front. That's John Wood. He goes back to the point. Campbell's shot knocked down, and it's dumped down the ice by who? Chris Cameron. 6:38. 54 seconds left in the power play. Massena leads 4-1. Here comes Campbell. Campbell now down the sideline, just dumps it in the Massena zone. Barkley after it behind the net. He just rides it around the boards and all the way down the ice. And Barkley looked and saw that the Seton player wasn't set, and he took advantage of that and rode it around the boards, and down the ice it went with 30 seconds left in the power play. Here comes Wood. John Wood. That's the forward Wood, captain of this team. Goes to Cassidy. Cassidy into the zone. His headman pass goes back to the point. Here's the drive. It's deflected up into the screen by Joey Fauché.
This Seton club certainly, they're not big, we alluded to before, but they can really motor. They've got 2 lines, can skate. They just, when Massena played up there earlier in the year, just everything went wrong for the Knights, and Massena certainly was not 11 goals better than the Seton Catholic Club.
Wood against Fauché. Off the draw, Wood draws it back to the point to Campbell. Campbell feeds it over on the other side to Gibo. Gibo cross-ice pass to Wood, top of the circle, fakes the shot. Goes back to the point. Here's Campbell's shot. Hit the goalpost and bounces back to the point. Kept in momentarily by Campbell. McCracken gets a stick. Massena gets the man back. And Tommy Moore out of the box deflects the pass. It's dumped out to center ice. And Massena managed to kill another one off just barely. Here comes Seton back the other way. Intercepted. Here comes Whitcup. Bobby Whitcup breaks in, gets knocked down. There's going to be a penalty. And Well, if you look at penalties against Mickey Gibo, that was a smart penalty because Whitcup would have been in all by himself.
That was a smart penalty, but Mickey started the whole thing with, again, that blind pass, and the Knights are known to do this. They exhibited that in the tournament, and I talked to Coach Mike Dander, and I said, has this been a problem with your defense? And he said it has been all year, and that time Mickey Gibo, that blind pass, when you're the last player back, you don't want to make that play, and number 15, Bobby Whitcup read that beautifully.
Off the face-off, Massena on the power play, but Seton dumps it down the ice. Another face-off won by Seton. Barkley in after it, being forechecked by Pendleton. He skates it out on the right side. Gets knocked down, the puck stolen away, but it bounces free. Barkley loses it and it skates, but coming back is Jackson. Jackson in behind the net now, starts out. We got a whistle. Who's the penalty on? Interference?
The goaltender. I think Todd Hayes is going to get a penalty for interference on the Seton player. But again, that all started, Jerry, when the Raider defenseman tried to make a play. And we say so many times, when you're the last man back, you don't make a play. Don't try to make a play. You dump the puck. And the Raider defender tried to make a play, got caught up in his skates, and everything snowballed from there. The Knights took over the puck and created a little traffic in front, and Todd Hayes interfered with one of the Knights going across the crease.
Jake Morris, who is the assistant captain, over talking with Tommy Caruso. Of course, that's not going to change anything, but who's going to serve the penalty? Tommy Moore will serve the penalty. Yeah, you can't afford to have a defenseman in there, as Barkley had gone into the box.
That's right. They're thin on defense today as it is.
Losing. And you can see that today.
Yes, yes.
Okay, so we're going to have a face-off as Juneau will face off against Jackson. 5:01 left to go in the second period. And on the Corky's Collision scoreboard, Massena leads 4-1.
What happened? The Seton player went through the crease area, and Todd Hayes took exception to it and gave him a little shot.
Off the face-off, the puck goes free, and Seton controls it into the corner. Barkley going after it. He ties up the man, and it comes to Jackson. Here's Jackson riding it around the boards for Cameron. Cameron just lets it go back to the point, doesn't quite get out. Here's the shot. That's wide, but not by much. Pendleton in the corner. Again, Barkley taking him out of the play. Jackson's going to start out right side, and here comes Jackson with Cameron. Feeds Cameron. Cameron splits by the D, bounces to Jackson, to Cameron. Cameron, a fresh shot, score! Oh, boy, that was a beautiful goal. Now, you got to give Jackson credit for that one.
I can't do justice describing that one, Jerry. I just can't. I'd like to see that one back on the video. That was outstanding. Cameron to Jackson, back to Cameron, back to Jackson. And the thing that impressed me most about that, Jason Jackson, when he gained the line, actually, he just let the puck go because he gave up a tremendous hit. He saw the Seton player going to really rail him. He took the check and feathered the pass, and Chris Cameron breaking in from the right side. One time, got it on the blade, and from about, I'd say, 35 feet out, he slid a bullet right along the ice and beat Zeke Langto to the glove side. Oh, what a beautiful goal.
So the Raiders take a 5-1 lead here. Jason Jackson will get the goal from Chris Cameron. And another assist. Brian Levac started it off in the No,
I don't think so. But those two passed the puck probably twice. Maybe they should get double assist on that.
Whoa. That's another big goal because Seton had been pressing, and was that a 4-on-4 goal? But I'll tell you what, Seton's on the power play here. Here comes Barkley. Drop pass. Wood trying to get up with it. It's poked back to the blue line, but kept in at the point. And finally, it's poke check by Levac out to center ice. Dumped right back in the zone by Cassidy. In behind the net. Here's Barkley. Sees to go right. Bounces it. Ahead to Jake Morris. The puck bounces free from Jake. Wood picks it up into the slot, but Fauché is there. Comes right in on net, and Hayes is going to make the save, as Massena had some good chances to clear that and didn't take advantage of it.
You mentioned a big goal, Jerry. Even though the score was 4-1 prior to that goal, the Knights were coming on. They played a fairly good period here. They've taken the game to the Raiders and forced Massena to turn the puck over in their own end on several occasions. So that when you're playing well and the other team comes back and scores, that takes a lot of starch out of you.
Well, of course, it happened in the first period, too. Seton was playing very well, and Massena came out. Okay, off the face-off, they jam for it. Jackson this time takes it right away from Wood. And Wood tried to sneak by him again, but this time Jackson didn't let him. We got a penalty, And they're going to call another penalty on Hayes, I believe.
I think Collins is going to get this one possibly. I think so. There's no question. He dumped, maybe it's on Hayes, but I thought it was on Todd Collins, dumping the Seton player as he went across in front, and Mel Tumulty standing right there. I think they're going to whistle Todd Collins.
Interference is the call.
Yeah, he did. There's no question. He impeded him.
So now a two-man advantage for 27 seconds. That's a long time.
That's right. And, in that sense, the coach is going to say, Todd, the puck was in the corner, and he wasn't any dangerous to it right then. You keep an eye on him, but you want to keep giving this club, this Seton Catholic team, and they have a potent power play. At least here this afternoon, they've looked very good on it. They've moved the puck well once they've gained the zone, and you get snipers out there like Campbell and John Wood, and a big number 23, Jeff Wood does a good job. So they're dangerous on that power play.
Off the face-off, Morris into the corner with it. They jam for it, comes back to the point. Here's Campbell with it to John Wood. Oh, that's the other Wood. Back to Campbell at the point. He winds his shot. Oh, big glove save by Hayes. Big glove save.
I'll tell you, that was labeled, I'd say 45 feet out, number 13. He's the key trigger man, Scotty Campbell. He's got a wicked shot. He really gets a lot on it. And that was labeled for the top left-hand corner, and Todd Hayes just plucked it out of the air.
16 seconds left in the penalty. Now we're going to make a change here as Joey Fauché comes out to replace Brian Levac. They want a good stick man out there, I guess. Off the face. The puck sits in the circle. They jam at it, and nobody can gain control. It sits there. Joey Fauché. And out of the end it goes. I guess Stanley comes up looking like a genius there, doesn't he? 3 seconds, 2 seconds left, and Massena gets a man back in Tommy Moore. And it comes in behind the net. They jam at it. Back to the point. Here's the shot from the slot. Big save. Rebound. Where is it? In the corner. Whoa, boy, that was close. And one of the Massena players got railed, the crowd calling for penalty, but it will not be. Here's Gibo with it. Back to Campbell. Campbell feeds it. Here's the quick shot. Big save again by Hayes. Whistle. Man in the crease.
I know. Tommy Caruso, he's going to call another interference call. I'll tell you, they're on a... he was going to call one a second ago. I thought the hand come up. He put it back down. I guess he thought better of it. But Todd Hayes just made a great save. The trigger man, the Knights threw it out in front, and they've got number 13, Scotty Campbell, back there, and he unleashed a bullet, and somehow Todd Hayes kicked out the right pad and made a great save. I thought that one was labeled for sure. That's
going to be Aaron Barkley. So Massena with two defensemen in the box right now for the next 38 seconds. We haven't seen this many penalties all year, I don't think.
Well, the officials sometimes go on this interference kick in front. They don't allow the defenders to do their job, and it's like the measles. It spreads in a hurry.
Okay, off the face-off. Seton controlling the puck. They move it back to the point. Campbell. Here's the shot. No, they don't shoot it from the corner. We have a whistle, and we got a man in the crease, I believe. Yeah, they move the face-off outside.
Oh, he's going to call he's going to call both of these. He's going to call double penalties, I think.
What?
I think he's going to call Brian Levac and the Seton player. Oh, boy. You've got to let them play hockey in front of that net. This was always one of my beefs with the officials sometimes. I never said much to them, Jerry, but once in a while I'd get on you've got to, you teach a defenseman, you can't let that forward parked in there. You've got to move him out of there. And within limits, you can't decapitate him, things like that. And I don't think, really, from my angle here, that there's much going on down in front of Todd Hayes, but both officials deem that it's excessive, and they're starting to call everything in front of that net.
So those two penalties will match, I believe. I don't know how they're going to do this, because
those are
delayed. A delay. One of them will be delayed, or both of them. They got to take, if there's one delayed, they got to take... we'll see what happens. Anyway, Massena's going to be down for a while here.
And our statistician's going to run out of room on that penalty column, I'm sure. But we've played all but 2:56 left here in the second period. Massena up 5-1, but we have an untold number of green shirts in the penalty box. I know we have 3 white shirts, and, there's one green shirt. I think there's supposed to be another one in there, too.
Duquette will be in there, along with Barker. Let's see, who went in for Massena? Levac? I guess.
Just one green shirt, I believe. They had a 2-man advantage. That's
right. Yeah. 2:56 remaining in period number 2. And on the Corky's Collision scoreboard, Massena leads at 5-1. Face-off is going to be outside the Massena zone.
Yeah, he had called that initially. Mel Tumulty had called the face-off outside, and Tommy Caruso had made the penalty call. So
For Brian Levac, a minute and a half for holding.
Holding on Levac.
12:04 the second period.
And what was the Seton call? We got a holding on Massena and on Seton Duquette for roughing.
Oh,
okay. How many penalties in this period, Walter? What do we have?
A lot of penalties.
9 penalties so far.
Sometimes you can take too much of control of the game, and all of a sudden it's not a hockey game anymore. Off the face-off, Jackson dumps it into Seton zone. 24 seconds, and Massena will get a man back. And 1 penalty will start, so the puck comes in the corner, in behind the Seton net, or in behind the Massena net. Cassidy. 10 seconds left. They shovel it across. Wood can't quite handle the pass. Too far, but back at the point, it's Jeff Wood. Here's Jeff Wood skating into the circle to John Wood. His shot deflected, knocked down in front. Comes to Jeff Wood. Centers it, goes by to the blue line, back at the point, and it's poked free. McCracken can't come up with it. Bounces back to the blue line. Here's a shot, deflected. They score. John Wood will get the goal on the deflection. And Massena will get a man back. 5-2 will be the score in favor of Massena.
Great job by John Wood on that deflection. The Knights worked the puck around really well. Raiders came with an eyelash of clearing it. They were playing with 3 forwards on defense that time. They had Jason Jackson back on defense. But the Knights were able to gain possession, keep it in the zone, threw it around, and the shot came from the point. And number 11, John Wood, standing off to the left of Todd Hayes, about 10 feet out, just laid the blade of the stick to it and redirected it by Todd. Nice goal by Seton Catholic.
Massena should be able to get another man back as well.
Right, because the first penalty was finished. They had 36 seconds. That second man should come up because the third one was a delay, I thought. Yeah, yep. They're coming back out. There'll be just 1 man down, and both.
So that'll mean 4-on-4. For the next minute, 4-on-4 for the next 46 seconds, then Seton will go back in a power play.
I know that because of all the penalties and the discussion and clearing things up, they've slowed this game right down to a crawl, Jerry. And we still have some discussion.
Now Wood's over talking to the officials. So we should be playing 4-on-4 now for 46 seconds, and because of the delay, then it'll go to another power play for Seton.
But I have no fear with these 2 officials. They're both excellent. Tommy Caruso and Mel Tumulty, 2 veteran officials. They know what they're calling.
Oh, yeah.
As far as the interpretation, we might disagree on some of the calls, but as far as the interpretation of the rules and who's out and who's in,
they know it.
Rest assured.
Okay, Wood will face off. Now Jake Morris, Massena's assistant captain, talking.
Scotty Campbell and Jeff Wood picked
Stan Moore wants something, and I don't know what he's yelling about.
He's yelling on deaf ears, though.
Yeah. I don't know if I'd argue against Stanley when it comes to something like this. Anyway, we're skating 4-on-4. And here comes Seton's Cassidy. Dumps it to the Massena line. It's going to slide right in. It went off Barkley. And Wood came right in on Hayes and went right into him with a stick.
And Tommy Caruso went over and said something to number 11, John Wood, who is John Wood. He's not only the captain, but he is their stellar performer on this team.
Off the faceoff, puck sits in the circle, goes back to the point. Here's a shot knocked down. And Jake breaks out, beats Cameron just too far. And it's going to go in on Langto. He loses to Cameron. And he got a shot off, and Langto made the save, leaves it in behind. Cameron almost got his hat trick. Here comes John Wood. Feeding Cassidy. Cassidy breaks in the Massena zone. Cassidy in behind the net, centers it. Knocked free in the corner. Cameron. Here's Cameron. Cameron taken out of the play. Puck kept in there. Collins from Massena starts it out. Pokes it ahead. Doesn't get it out of the zone, but takes his man out of the play. And Cameron comes back looking for Morris. Now Seton back on the power play here for the next 23 seconds. Here comes Cassidy. His shot from center ice. Hayes makes the save. Barkley poke checks it. Jackson's back pass doesn't get out. Here's a shot knocked down, bounces in the slot. They score! And it's 5-3. I think John Wood will get that one too.
John Wood, I think, will pick it up. But again, that was a poor clearing pass by the Raiders. They had plenty of time to clear the zone, and Jason Jackson just instead of, he couldn't set anybody up with a pass, and what Jason's got to do in that situation, and you're being forechecked, just dump it, clear it if you have to take the icing. But he kind of just feathered a pass back there, and the Knight defenseman stepped up and kept it in the zone, took the shot, and I think John Woods was straight off the crease and picked up that rebound, and he ripped it upstairs.
So now it's 5-3, so the Massena lead cut to 2 now, and we're back to playing 5-on-5 hockey. See how long that lasts. Here's Manning with it, steps up, flips it ahead from McCracken. McCracken's pass intercepted, but he gets it back again. Here's McCracken. He's ridden into the boards, feeds to Whitcup. Whitcup pokes it into the corner, has it taken away by Juneau, and out to center ice. Here comes Kupal, just dumps it in the Massena zone, and in behind the net. It's stopped by Hayes. Hayes rides around the board there, back to the point, kept in at the point by Ducat. His shot intercepted, and here comes the puck dumped by Chilton, and he went up into the penalty box.
Well, the Knights, again, give them credit, down 5-1, but this, in our opinion, this has been a good period. Even though they were down 5-1, they had come on, taken advantage of some penalties here. The Raiders playing short-staffed as it is defensively, and when you start taking penalties, you find your defenseman going in there, it really hurts. And the Knights have been able to get 2 late-period goals here in the second period. One coming at the 10:27 mark and then at the 12:48 mark.
Off the faceoff, puck just slides outside, dumped right back in the Massena zone. Manning is there. Manning's head man. Out to center ice off Faucher's stick. Dumped right back in the Massena zone. Here's Levac. He waits, flips it ahead for Faucher, knocked away from him. Dumped back in the zone. They wave the offsides off. 17 seconds left as the puck ridden around the boards and up into the stands.
Whatever it was, I didn't see it behind the plate, but Bobby Whitcup and Matt Juneau had a little set to out here at round center ice, and I looked down, they were both on the ice, and the crowd was yelling, but 13 seconds left in the second period, the Raiders up 5-3, and you talk about big face-offs, Jerry, you alluded to many times, this is a big one, and number 7's out there, looks like on the draw.
Faucher will face off against Wood. Face off right side in the Massena zone. 13 seconds left. 5-3. Off the draw. Wood wins it. Goes back to the point. Here's a shot by Gibo. He fanned, but the puck comes in the slot. Knocked in front. Shot. Goes wide. With 6 seconds. They center it again. Bounces in the slot. Poked free and out to center ice. And that'll take care of the period. But Seton didn't give up. Boy, they almost scored another one right there.
Boy, they came within a whisker of bringing this score to within 1 goal. 5-4. And I tell you, that's a big psychological lift for the Knights as they go off. I know when they left last week, according to Coach Mike Dandrew, he felt that the way they were playing at the end of that second period, that they were going to win that hockey game in the tournament. So this is a big lift for this club. As they were down 5-1, but they were able to come back with 2 late period goals, capitalize on some penalties, and had extreme pressure on the Raiders. Raider defense and stepped up, intercepted the pass, and whistled a 35-footer past Todd Hayes and put the Knights on the board at the 2:55, and that made it 4-1. But then again, the goal at the 10:27 mark, Chris Cameron from Jason Jackson, 5-1. And
Don Wood line. Wood centering Scott Campbell and Chad Cassidy. Very, very good line for Seton Catholic. We've got Morris out there centering Eddie Davis, who has replaced Jeff Bigelow at the wing, and Tommy Moore. Levac with a puck just slides it ahead to the Seton line. And it's controlled on the Seton defense by Jeff Wood. His pass intercepted. Morris keeps it in the zone, turns it around. Here comes Jake. Side of the net, pass right across, and Tommy Moore couldn't come up with it. And Morris did a great job to keep it in. Right back comes Seton. Campbell steps by the defense, but it's poked away by Barkley at the last second. Campbell has to come back out to center ice. Flips it on the defense to Duquette, who dumps into the Massena zone. Here's Levac in behind his own net, has it taken away. Side of the net, Wood, centering pass right in front, and a big check thrown by Tommy Moore just broke that play up. Holy cow, he was all by himself, but Moore knocked him off the puck. And of course, he didn't see, the puck given away, side of the net. Here's Jake Morris, centering pass right in front. Eddie Davis, shot goes wide. And back comes Seton the other way. So he's seen good chances at both ends here. It's an icing call against Seton, and it'll move the faceoff back inside their territory with 1 minute gone.
Jerry, you mentioned big. Let's put a capital B, a 10-foot B on that check by Tommy Moore. John Woods all alone in front, probably 15 feet out. The pass came out of the corner, and he was going to go one-on-one with Todd Hayes, and Tommy Moore, beautiful check, knocked him right off the puck. That was a super job by Tommy Moore.
Jackson out there now with Cameron and Hewlett. Off the face-off, that's Kupal taking the draw. Cameron in the corner, has it swept away. Hewlett goes after it. He's taken out of the play, and the puck moves up along the boards, and it's kicked out to center ice, where Todd Collins feeds it over to Manning. Manning goes to Cameron. He just shovels it in the zone. And racing in after it is Hewlett in the corner, has it poked away, back along the boards, kept in at the point. Jackson can't come up with it, and back the other way. Here comes Matt Juneau. Cameron takes him out of the play, and the puck slides in the Massena zone. Jackson's head man goes by everybody. And Seton Catholic waves at it on the way through Jeff Wood. He'll have to come back as no icing called. Here comes Jeff Wood with it. Moves it out to center ice to the Massena line. Collins is there to flip to Manning. Here's Manning. Jackson goes against the back of his leg, but Collins steps up, picks it up, and flips it ahead for Jackson. Feeds Cameron all by himself in front. Cameron shot, score! His hat trick, and Massena goes ahead 6-3. That'll read Chris Cameron from Jason Jackson. Jackson looked up and feathered a perfect pass. Cameron one-on-one with the goalie, and today Cameron's going to win that battle.
Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. What a great pass from Jason Jackson along the right boards. He took a tremendous hit from the Seton player, but he threw the pass out in the slot area, and Chris Cameron split the defense. Like any good hockey player, you go, especially when you gain the zone, you go to the net. He went to the net. Jason Jackson hit him with a perfect pass, and Chris went in probably from 40 feet out, uncontested, and deked Zeke Langto to his knees. Beautiful goal.
Off the face-off, Fauché's line out. Fauché waving at it. Chilton throws the check. The puck bouncing around. Chilton comes up with it. Drops it back to Levac. Levac goes to Whitcup. Whitcup looks up now. Headman pass goes by Joey Fauché, and it bounces back out to center ice. Barkley is there to flip it ahead, has it poke checked away by Jesse Holland. In behind the net, Levac waved at it. He couldn't come up with it. The puck bouncing free, and Whitcup comes back in the corner to help out, and he comes up with it and poke checks it over to Chilton on the other wing. Chilton moves it along the boards, pinching in. It's kept in the corner. Levac throws the check, and the puck comes free to Levac. Now he throws another check. Where's the puck? Fauché comes in, throws a check. The puck's still in the corner, Massena zone. Finally, it comes to Joey Fauché. He bounce passes to Whitcup, and he moves it out to center ice. Controlled there by Mickey Gibo. Gibo, headman pass, goes by everybody, bounces off a leg. Whitcup picks it up. Here comes Bobby, busting in on the left side, pokes it in behind the net. Back there is Gibo. Bobby getting up after he was checked. Gibo flips on the wing, and they move it ahead. All the way to the Massena line. Collins, his pass knocked down. He gets it again, flips it in the corner. Here's Cassidy. Cassidy to Wood in front. They jam at it, and it comes to Jake Morris. And Jake busts down the left wing side. Here's Morris. Stepping by the check. He loses the puck. It comes to Cassidy. Cassidy rides it around the boards. Collins pinches in behind the net. Here's Collins with it. Looks to center. Goes to Morris. Poked away from him. Cassidy feeds the open wing. Manning is there, though, to break it up. He put it up in the seat, and the assistant coach, I can't think of his name offhand. He was turned around looking at somebody behind him, and he got it right in the back. Sean Lillidahl. Yeah. And Sean got it right in the back. He's okay, though.
Boy, that does smart. But a big goal at the 1:59 mark. His hat trick, Chris Cameron from Todd Collins and Jason Jackson, and that's just what the doctor ordered as far as the Raider fans are concerned.
Off the face-off, 6-3, Massena leads, puck in the corner. Eddie Davis after it. We have a whistle.
But again, the Raiders exploiting the young, inexperienced Seton defense, where I don't know where the weak side defenseman was on that play, Jerry. The strong side defenseman took Jason Jackson to the boards. He threw the pass out in the slot area, and Chris Cameron just went unimpeded down that slot. That weak side defenseman has to be there.
Wood against Jake Morris. Comes to Barkley. Flips it in behind the net. That's Jeff Wood with it. In behind his own cage. He starts out right side. Flips it ahead. Wood moves it to center ice to Campbell. Campbell down the right wing. In the Massena zone, makes a good shift, but it's poked away, comes back to the blue line, bounces out the center ice off Jake Morris's stick. Dumped right back in the zone by Alex Carter. Here comes Massena. They intercept at the blue line. It's kept in, but Tommy Moore comes up with it. He tries to shovel it out. Finally, it's poked free, and it comes to Carter at his own blue line. Carter's headman intercepted Davis. Davis takes it across. Here's Davis flipping in the corner. He's ridden out of the play by Jeff Wood. I don't know, what year is Jeff Wood? He doesn't make too many mistakes. Tommy Moore now takes the puck away. Centering pass, Jake Morris can't get the shot off. Circles back, goes back to LeVac at the point. He winds up, his shot right on, deflected. They jam in front, and it goes just wide by an inch. Here's Jake Morris shoveling it around the boards. Massena leads 6-3, about 10 minutes left, but Seton poke checks and it comes out to center ice. Aaron Barkley ahead to Davis. Davis back to Barkley. Barkley bounces to Tommy Moore. Tommy dumps it back. There should be an offsides, but it comes out to center ice anyway. Dumped back in the Massena zone right there by Paul Pendleton. Here's LeVac riding it around the boards to Cameron, and he deflects it over the shoulder of the Seton player to the Seton blue line. Cameron intercepts the pass to Jackson. Jackson flips back for Cameron, just poked away. Manning, he winds at it and dumps it in the zone to lay offsides, but Massena clears. In behind the net, the Knights control. They bounce it to the corner. Matt Junot, he circles back. Here comes Junot building up the head of steam. Steps by the check. Junot takes it in the zone, the drop pass. Nobody there except Jason Jackson. Jackson now flips around the boards for Mike Hewlett. Gets checked, but Hewlett trying to stay with it. Has it taken away. They jam for it along the boards. Finally, it comes to Hewlett. He stays with it, but doesn't get it out. At the point, Pendleton flips it in the corner for Junot, but Manning is there. Todd Manning waves at it, has it stolen away, but Jackson pokes it into the corner and comes up with a puck. Here comes the puck to Collins. He can't control it. Dumped in behind the net. Manning now. Manning looks for Cameron. Cameron dumps it out to center ice to Hewlett. Here comes Hewlett breaking in one-on-one. Steps by the defenseman. He's taken out of the play. Stays with it. Oh, he tried to shovel it to Jackson in front. But Jackson was too well tied up and it was poked away. Now it comes back to Collins. Collins, he's going to lug it. Nobody picks him up. Takes it across. Looks to drop. Whitcup winds his shot. Bounces high in the air. Bounces right on. Langto loses it. And Chilton is right there. But Langto got a glove on it. That was one of those funny shots that bounced high in the air, and Langto almost lost it. And if Bobby had gotten that shot off quicker, he might have had a goal.
Langto was like a shortstop, didn't know whether to play the ball in the air or let it hop one time, and he elected to let it hop, and it took a tricky hop. I'll tell you, that number 13, Scotty Campbell, he uses a high-octane fuel. He can really motor.
Off the face-off, Fauché back to Barkley. Quick wrist shot goes wide into the corner off a leg. Bouncing around the boards, Barkley steps in but can't keep it in. Comes back to the Massena line. LeVac is there. Feeds Whitcup. Whitcup back to LeVac. LeVac overskates and loses it side of the net. Here's the shot. They score! That's Duhamel picking up the puck off a Massena miscue, and he puts it past Todd Hayes, and it's 6-4.
Mario Duhamel, the opportunist, bad bounce in the corner over the Raider defenseman's stick, and Mario Duhamel pounced on it and came in from a sharp angle, a really sharp angle, on the glove side of Todd Hayes, and he found that opening up above Todd's left shoulder, and boy, put the Knights right back in here. 8:06 left in the period, and Massena up 6-4.
An unassisted goal by Duhamel. We're down to 8 minutes left. In the Seton zone, the puck comes back out. Jake Morris gets a piece, but Wood pokes it by. Here comes John Wood in the corner, trying to center it. It comes into the slot, but Jake is there. And down the ice it comes. Here comes Morris, 1-on-2. Jake's trying to step by the defense, looks for Davis, but his pass is intercepted. Good idea, but it didn't quite work. Back down into the Massena zone it comes. LeVac goes in the corner after it. Has it poked away, trying to get it back again. It comes free behind the net. They're going to try to wrap it around, but they go back to the point with it. Here's Jeff Wood. Over on the other side, the winding shot. I believe it hit the goalpost. It bounces into the corner. Now the puck comes to Wood. Right in front. They jam right in front. Big save. The rebound side of the net, and Hayes covers it up.
Oh, what a save by Todd Hayes off of Chad Cassidy. I'll tell you, the Raiders are really disorganized in their own end right now. And the coaching staff, a wholesale change. But Chad Cassidy just off to the right of Todd Hayes. John Wood slid him the pass, and he had the whole side of the net. Look, all the Raiders back just patting Todd Hayes. That was the biggest save of the game for the Raiders right there. Outstanding save.
Jackson's line back out from Massena against, I believe, the Coupal line for Seton Catholic. Off the face-off, the puck comes to Collins in the corner, bouncing it along the boards to Hewlett, poked away. Back in the corner. It comes to Jackson in behind. They jam at it, Kupal. Now it's Juneau and Kupal. The puck slides along the boards, and back in the corner again. Jason Jackson finally picks it up. Here comes Jackson. Flipping it ahead out to center ice. He was looking for Cameron. Cameron was slightly impeded there, and now the puck goes to the blue line. Jackson flips in the corner. Cameron back to Jackson. Jackson right in front. The shot by Hewlett is knocked down and the save made. Here's Jackson in the slot. Backhander. Score!
I'll tell you, that one was all Jason Jackson. He set up Mike Hewlett in front, and Langto made a great save. Jason Jackson came around from behind the net, picked up the loose puck to the left of Zeke Langto, and through traffic threaded a backhander right up in the top left-hand corner. Oh, boy, a great goal, and the Raiders really needed that because I'll tell you, the Knights were coming on, and throwing everybody but the kitchen sink down in that offensive zone, pinching their defense down. Big goal by Jason Jackson.
Jason Jackson picks up his second goal. And you know, okay, you're looking at a score of 7-4, right? And you think goalies have not been playing well, but they have been. Oh. It's been no defense, I think, is the order of the day today, David.
Todd Hayes, just as we alluded to a second ago, made an outstanding save just prior to that goal.
Off the face-off, controlled by Chilton. And he tries to flip it ahead. The pass was meant to go off the boards to Whitcup, who was breaking, but he lifted it a little bit too high, and it went to the Seton bench.
And the Raiders know, as I said, when you're in that defensive end, that the Knights are going to send everybody but the kitchen sink. They're going to pinch those defensemen down all the way down to the bottom of the circle. They have to. So you pinch them, you go drop down a little closer to the circle yourself, and when you just redirect that puck in a hurry, don't hold on to it, redirect it, you're going to catch a lot of 2-on-1s.
Off the face-off, the puck back in the Massena zone. Brian Levac. Bounce pass to Whitcup, and Whitcup lets it go through out the center ice. Picked up there by Ducat. His headman pass goes all the way down the ice. They wave the icing off for some reason. Why, I'm not quite positive. Aaron Barkley falls down, loses it side of the net, but Levac is there to try to cover up. They jam. The puck's still free, and it's controlled by Seton along the boards. Now a hard check thrown by Chilton, and the puck in their feet. And it's controlled right in front, bouncing pass, and it comes out to Whitcup, and he lugs it, center ice. Here's Whitcup, stays with it, gets knocked down, puck comes free, sits in the zone, and it comes back outside to Barkley. He waits, dumps it, it's intercepted, back out to center ice. Jesse Holland with it, dumps to the Massena line, and it goes off Faucher's legs. Now here's a long bounce pass, goes by everybody back in the Seton zone, and back to pick it up is Alex Carter. Carter starts it out right side, his pass. Oh, check thrown by Tommy Moore, but Wood comes up with it, poked away from him to the Massena line. Chilton to Collins. Collins to Whitcup. Whitcup drops it right back on the other side. Manning looks for Jake Morris. Morris pass intercepted John Wood, and he flips it back in the Massena zone and races in after. That was Jeff Wood flipping it in. John Wood takes Collins into the board. Collins escapes, and Wood goes down. And Collins now shovels it ahead for Tommy Moore. Moore gets checked. The puck comes bouncing free to Whitcup. He whacks at it. He wants off. Under 5 minutes to play. The scoreboard reads 7-4. The Peach Jewelers scoreboard across the line offsides as Campbell took it in, and I think Chad Cassidy was offside on the left side.
7-4, and 6 of those 7 goals, Jerry, from that Jason Jackson line. Chris Cameron's got the hat trick. Jason Jackson's picked up a deuce, and young Mike Hewlett on the right side has picked up one, the second goal. So that line's got 6 of the 7 Raider goals.
When you've got that line against the Kupal line, it's a huge mismatch. As the puck comes out to center ice, and Seton's going to be called for controlling it with a high stick. And Matt Juneau, after the call, just fired the puck into the boards. And I think if it was earlier in the game, that might have been called.
But again, a good veteran official like Mel Tamalti, he gave him a listen. Mel Tamalti, if looks could kill, young Mr. Juneau would be in trouble. He's saying, hey, son, don't do that unless you want to spend a minute and a half. Now he's tapping him on the shoulder. Good veteran official, been around, knows what it's all about. Someone with possibly less experience. And I don't think he should have given him a penalty in that situation.
No. Off the face-off. Jackson's line out. He wins the draw. Circles back into his own end. Lifts it high in the air. Is that going to go for icing? I guess it will. And the face-off will move back in the Massena zone.
He just wanted to clear the zone. He didn't attempt, but again, a good smart move by Jason Jackson. 15 feet in his own zone. Nothing he was being forechecked. He just wanted to clear the zone. And he does extremely well on that backhand in the era of the curved blades. You know, when years ago you used to work forehand backhand. The youngsters don't work on the backhand today because it's very difficult with that curved blade. But Jason is able to get a rocket off on the backhand.
His blade is not all that curved either.
But
not as much as some.
Not as much as some, but it's still got a bend to it.
Oh, you bet. Off the face-off, puck comes back to the blue line. In the Massena zone, flipped in the corner. Levac with it, rides by the check. Jackson picks up the puck. Jackson's headman right on the stick of Cameron. Here comes Chris. He's got Hewlett with him. Chris breaks in, trying to ship by the defenseman. Leaves it for Jackson, poked away. Back to center ice. Now Aaron Barkley looking for it. Hewlett comes busting back. Throws a check. There's going to be an interference call.
He's going to get Jason Jackson for a charge, Jerry. Jason, he had picked out that Seton player. I think something had happened before.
They got Hewlett, too.
Did they get Mike Hewlett? Well,
yeah.
I know Tommy Caruso is going to pick up Jason Jackson for a charge. And something happened prior to that, and he was looking for number 4, Paul Pendleton. And he started down on his blue line, and he finally caught up with Paul Pendleton down in the Seton corner down there, and he took a run. It was a good call by Tommy Caruso. Now, I didn't see what happened on Mike Hewlett. But
yeah, it was an interference. Both of them were penalties, no doubt about it. And that's going to put Massena down 2 men with 4:09 left in the third period. Massena 7, Seton 4.
Boy, you never say die with this Seton power play. And again, an oddity. You don't see this happen too often. 2 different penalties being called on a team on one occasion like that. But there's no question the Jason Jackson one. Jason was looking for Paul Pendleton.
Hewlett's penalty was not quite as obvious, but it was a penalty, I think.
Well, the Knights, their last 2 goals have come on power plays. Let's see what they do here. They've got a full minute 30 with a 2-man advantage, and they've got the big guns out there, Campbell, Wood. They've got Jeff Wood, his brother. See who else?
They've got Kellison coming over to the box.
Probably a misconduct along with it then.
Uh-oh. On who? Jackson? Okay. So we're not going to see Jason Jackson back in this hockey game. That's going to hurt. We have a whistle, man in the crease.
Oh, boy, the Raiders caught a break there because the Knights gave the zone and they threw the puck around and set up that sniper on the far side who was parked just about halfway down from the dot, and he had Todd Hayes one-on-one. I'm trying to pick up his number right now.
Is that Cassidy?
Is that? No, that's 22. That Matt Juneau dropped down from the right point.
Jake Morris out there. Off the face-off, Cassidy takes it in the zone. We got McCracken back out there for the first time in a while. John Wood with it. Back the give and go. Wood in front shot. Hayes makes the save. The rebound bounces into the corner. Jake Morris rides it down the ice.
What a save. What a save.
Boy, I guess so. Back in the zone it comes. Here's Jeff Wood. In the corner now. Looks to set it up. Back at the slot. Campbell shot. Knocked down. It sits in the slot. And who got a piece of it? Barkley to flip it out. Back after it. Scotty Campbell. Campbell's long headman. Goes to the Massena line. In the zone it comes. Offside. John Wood just... What happened was there was a little bit of a hesitation by Ducat, and he caused Wood to go offside.
John Wood still thinking seconds ago that he had goal number whatever registered to the top corner. He thought it was in, I thought it was in, and Todd Hayes made a great save and just literally robbed number 11, John Wood.
44 seconds left in the penalties. 3:23 in the third. Joey Fauché wins the faceoff. Back to the red line now. Seton controls. Back in the Massena zone. They dump it in behind the net. Here's Barkley with it, just trying to flip it around the boards. It's controlled by John Wood. Here's Wood. Back to the point. Gets it right back again. His shot knocked into the corner. And the puck comes free back to the point. Here's another drive. They fire it wide. The rebound. Oh, across the goal mouth. And it comes to McCracken. McCracken gets tied up. Tries to flip it ahead for Fauché. He slides it out to center ice. Here comes Joey racing for the puck. Fauché gets hauled down. There's going to be a penalty on OFA and another penalty.
That's Scotty Campbell, and he's going to not only get a hooking one, he's going to get a double one for cross-checking, and Joey Fauché is hurt. Scott Campbell cross-checking from behind.
He should get a game for that.
He might. He just might. And I'll tell you, Scotty McCracken is really incensed by it. He's had problems all year long with taking misconduct penalties. He took one down here in the tournament, Jerry, and he also took one last night. He is going to get
the 5-minute major.
He's going to get a. That's right. Now that's really a foolish call, and that's undisciplined. And he's having some words with some of the Raider fans right now. And Joey Fauché is still down on the ice, down to our right, and Coach Tim Long is down tending to him. I think he's calling for some assistance, possibly, or is he just telling the Raiders to go to their bench? I'm not sure. But what had happened, Joey had broken in, and he was hauled down by Campbell, was going to get the initial call, a hook. And as he was down in his frustration, Scott Campbell cross-checked the Raider player from behind. And
right to the back of the head.
Right to the back of the head.
Joey's getting up slowly. Oh.
Well, I tell you, Scott Campbell is, he's had problems with misconducts before. This has happened in the past, talking to Coach Mike Dandro, and we know that he picked a crucial one up in the tournament when their goaltender, Zeke Langto, picked up the misconduct. If you recall, Jerry, he also had said something. He swore at the official, and he picked up a misconduct.
I think they're just going to give him a major and not a game, but I don't know. He may have deserved a game.
That's Joey Fauché is gone to the Raider bench. He took a vicious cross-check. We will have a
headache for a while.
But that, for all intents and purposes, the Knights just came within an eyelash of putting one on the board down here. Todd Hayes made one great save, and number 7, Chad Cassidy, missed the wide-open net. He had Todd Hayes out to the top of the crease, and he slid the puck behind Todd Hayes, between Todd and the goal, and missed the far side. And then the foolish penalty took place just after that.
8 seconds left in the 2 Massena penalties. Off the face-off. The puck sits in the circle, into the corner. Jake goes after it. Knocked to Wood, and he flips it out to center ice. Aaron Barkley there. Ahead to Cameron. Cameron turns and dumps. And Massena gets 2 back, and they'll go on the power play. And they'll be on the power play for the rest of the hockey game, as that was a 5-minute major on top of the minor. Puck goes all the way down the ice in the Massena zone.
Massena had too many men on the ice that time, Jerry. They had 6 of them out there skating.
Ahead it goes. Brian Levac flips it for Whitcup. Whitcup just steps across, has it knocked away, gets it back again, knocked away, and back the other way comes John Wood. Poke checked away from him. In the corner, Massena zone. Barkley flips it ahead, has it taken away, but it comes out to center ice. Cassidy drops. And now it's dumped back down the ice. In the Massena end, Levac with it, picks up the loose puck, skates it ahead. Ahead it goes to Cameron. Cameron feeds Bobby Whitcup. Whitcup takes it across to Cameron, knocked away from him. And Pendleton dumps it down the ice. 7-4 Massena leads here on the Peach Jewelers scoreboard. Just over a minute and a half to go. Massena will be on the power play for the remainder of the game. Pendleton just threw a check on Collins. Puck comes out to center ice. Jake Morris just backhands it for Eddie Davis. Davis racing in with Jeff Wood. Wood comes away with the puck. Here's Wood behind the net now. Jake throws a check. The puck kicks free. Davis pokes it free to Jake Morris, but it's tomahawked down the ice. Now racing for it, Collins. He falls down. The puck goes in the corner. In behind, there's going to be a penalty on Todd Collins. He had a hold of the Seton stick. As they center it, Massena touches it, and the whistle will blow.
Yeah, number 22, Matt Juneau, turned on the afterburners, and to equalize that speed, Todd Collins just kind of clutched the hold of Matt's stick and to impede him, and referee Mel Tumulty is going to wave Todd Collins. Just prior to that, Todd Collins ran into Paul Pendleton, or I should say Paul Pendleton ran into Todd Collins. Joey Fauché is going to the locker room. I just noticed they opened the gate the far side, but he's going under his own power, so that's good news. But Paul Pendleton really put a lick on Todd Collins.
1:02 left in the third period. Massena leads 7-4, and the penalty to Collins will even things up at 4 apiece. Morris will face off against Wood. John's got a lot of ice time here. Poke checked away by McCracken, and he moves it out to center ice. Slides back inside Seton zone. Massena, all they have to do is kind of play defensively here. Yeah, they got the clock on their side with a 3-goal lead. Jake steals the puck. We got a 2-on-1. Maybe it won't have to be defensively. McCracken back to Morris. Right in front. Shot, save. Jake pretty deep. And back out to center ice it comes with 40 seconds left. Chad Cassidy down the right side, taken into the boards by Levac. McCracken looks to pick up the puck, and he does. He shovels it down the ice. That looks like a dying quail. Is it going to make it back to... No, it won't make it for icing. And goalie Langto feeds it ahead for John Wood. Here's Wood's head man. To the Massena line it comes. In the zone is Cassidy. He winds up. His shot goes wide. Rebound. Here's another shot. They score! That's going to be Jeff Wood as he just caught the top corner. That'll make it 7-5, but with a 2-goal cushion and 15 seconds left, I think perhaps Massena... Todd Collins should not get out of the box, should he? Or should he?
Little lackadaisical work. Good hustle by the number 23, Jeff Wood that time, but the Raider defense a little lackadaisical here in the dying seconds. Should have been able to beat Wood to that puck, although it took a funny bounce off the dashers, and he was left unchecked to the right of Todd Hayes, and he just golfed one from about, I'd say, 25 feet out, and it was a blistering shot and caught up in the top corner. Those things should not happen. They should have had him covered.
7-5 the score. 15 seconds left in the third period.
The fans have seen a lot of scoring here this afternoon, and if you like an offensive game, seen a lot of goals, 12 goals, but I know the coaching staff are not going to like that. Neither one.
Neither team's defense played very well at all today.
Well, again, in defense of Massena, when you've got two of your starting five that are on the sideline, Jerry, that puts an awful lot of burden on the end. And with the penalties, boy, oh boy, that hurt.
That hurt. Off the face-off, the puck went back in the Seton zone, and Pendleton flipped it up into his bench, and he got somebody right in the face.
Yeah, and I'm the coaching staff yelling, "Say, son, this is you're wearing a green shirt. These are green shirts over here. What are you doing firing it up in here?"
Now we're down to 13 seconds. And the face-off moves back in the Seton zone. Wood will face off against Cameron. Cameron, we can't say enough about Chris. What a super game he had. Barkley just pops it into the corner off the face-off. Moore throws a check. Puck comes free in behind. And we're down to 1 second. That'll take care of it right there. So the Massena Red Raiders win a very important game here. It wasn't pretty, but it's a win. No, and we said from the top of the show, it's a character builder, and they were understaffed today with sickness and injuries and a suspension, and they had to patch up the lineup, make some lineup changes, adjustments, but they were able to do that. They got some good goaltending early on, and then we mentioned that line of Jason Jackson, Chris Cameron, and Mike Hewlett kind of took over, got 6 of the Raider 7 goals. But again, full marks of this Seton club. They traveled down Highway 11, I guess it is, and they had played down in Glens Falls last night, so they've seen a lot of bus time, and that's tough on a club. They came down here this afternoon, left about 10 o'clock, and they displayed a good brand of hustling hockey. They're snipers, and if you give them an opportunity, they take advantage of it. Once again, our final score, the Massena Red Raiders 7, the Seton Catholic Knights 5. Stay tuned for the postgame show.